Welcome to Dubai's digital domain. Due to the efforts of visionary leaders, Dubai has invested its resources to build an emirate that will use not only its natural assets, but also the talents of its most precious asset, its people. This investment in becoming and remaining a world-class technology and financial center has advanced phenomenally in the last few years.
The e-government initiative that was launched by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed a couple years ago, that was the main driver for the growth of the internet in UAE and specifically in Dubai. That initiative was sort of evolution within the way the government do their transaction and serve their customer within UAE, outside UAE, using internet as a vehicle to do that. In addition to what financial sector been doing, sort of internet banking, the ATM on the street become a web browser to do more services. So I would say e-government was the main driver or the fastest growing in terms of usage of the internet. Today you see in Dubai, things like Dubai Police do all their transaction on the net, the immigration, the e-gate. So definitely it's growing across all sectors.
Dubai has been very aggressive in entering the IT world and placing itself as one of the leaders regionally and perhaps pretty much internationally on the map. Seeing that all the major manufacturers and suppliers have set up in Dubai regionally to support the whole area, Middle East wide, and sometimes covering as far as Africa, gives everyone else the comfort level required to see that Dubai is really on top of things when it comes to IT.
This oil-rich emirate's population has advanced rapidly in its integration into global networks of science, education and commerce. Telecommunications and IT play a strong role in the globalization process, and wireless phone service and the internet are transforming lives in ways unimaginable only a decade or so ago.
35 years ago, the local inhabitants of Dubai were literally Bedouins, which means subsistence farmers. Now you've got a case where IT is turning over around $3 billion in Dubai. So based on that context, it's probably one of the most rapidly developing countries worldwide. Based on oil, which used to take up 20% of Dubai's economy, now the shift has moved for oil, which is still producing the same kinds of revenues, to about 6% of Dubai's economy, and IT has shifted right up to 10%.
The benefits of these new technologies are many. The internet and wireless communications have connected the residents to one another, advanced education, and allowed businesses and residents of the country to operate on a global scale previously unimagined.
Dubai, and in fact UAE, is one of the few places in the Arab world which has a high rate of internet penetration. In fact, according to the International Telecommunication Union, it's over 45%, which is quite high. Not only the internet penetration is high, but it's growing steadily over the last several years, in fact more than 50%, and it's expected to grow at the same rate going forward.
That penetration will continue to grow due to the new services that the telecom provider is launching in the marketplace, as well as the price being reduced and that allowing people from home to use it, and the other services initiated by government as well as by financial sector, such call centers and web chatting, etc., will be definitely increasing the usage of the internet.
Technology has found a firm footing in the Emirates education sector as well. In the last few years, a number of universities and colleges from overseas have begun to offer partial or full degrees through affiliates in the UAE. Apart from the traditional hands-on methods of experiments and trial and error, many universities also employ technology to enrich their students' learning experience. Knowledge Village was set up to develop Dubai into a destination for education for both regional and international learners. Many international academic institutes and programs have set up a branch here. The village provides the infrastructure for developing, sharing and applying knowledge. With the aim of becoming a centre of excellence for learning and innovation, use of e-learning in education and training is encouraged. E-commerce is something relatively new to hit the shores of Dubai and looks set to be the way to do business in Dubai in the future.
E-commerce from a business-to-business perspective is really popular in Dubai. In fact, Dubai is one of the few places in the world where the government of Dubai does most of its procurement online. So while the government is using e-commerce for their procurement, all the suppliers who supply their products and services to the government are also enforced to use the e-commerce platform.
Prospect for e-commerce is very bright, not only in Dubai but across the Middle East. Estimates are sometimes hard to get to, but we feel that it's about a 5 billion market today and will probably reach about 40 billion in 3 to 4 years. A big part of that is the business-to-business market.
See, GTEX is a very, very important IT exhibition. In fact, what we here understand is third or fourth largest IT exhibition in the world. And Sony has a full range of IT products and most of other consumer audio-video products, networkable products. So we find it as a right platform to participate and exhibit our products in this exhibition. What we understand from the industry and from our experience, GTEX is actually growing every year. The industry says it's going at a rate of about 20% a year. And of course, this is also visible in terms of number of visitors, number of exhibitors. So yes, it's an important IT exhibition in this part of the world, and it's a growing exhibition.
The government's been very quick to help the IT sector establish itself in Dubai, as it has many other sectors. And it's taken a leading role in that. When you look at the e-government itself, the United Nations has rated Dubai to be the best e-government established set up throughout the Middle East Africa. Now, what that's allowed for the private sector and the consumer sector to see is that technology is very important for those businesses to generate a better revenue, to improve on their efficiencies, which is shown in simple measures like passport control at the airport.
In the recent years, there has been a marked increase in the use of electronic services among various segments of Dubai's population, both residents and the corporate sector.
Foreign companies will be able to benefit from the e-government initiatives by being able to communicate with the government, transact with the government from a distance. For example, they don't have to come to Dubai in order to know all the rules and regulations that will enable them to establish a business in here. Also, they'll be able to apply for businesses from abroad. They'll be able to renew some of their licenses that they get from the various government departments. Once they are established in here, then they can make use of the other services that they can do from a distance.
Since 2000, Dubai has set up a website that allows the public to conduct a variety of online transactions, as well as quickly and easily find the information they seek. The Dubai e-government portal has integrated government departments using state-of-the-art technologies. Users can access the various government departments through the website and avail themselves of the services offered by each department.
we have one call center for the whole government rather than having individual call centers for 23 government departments. Also, we have an SMS service or portal that is utilized by all government departments to communicate with their customers, sending them alerts or responding to some of their inquiries. We also have finished the infrastructure and the standards for the seamless communication between government departments. Now, this is the fifth and the last stage of e-government, where transactions and data move and get exchanged electronically among government departments without any interference from the individual asking for the service, nor from the government representatives.
Dubai e-government's principal objective is to make Dubai a model society driven by technology and innovation, and to bring about a transformation in the functioning of the public sector.
The e-government achieved so far almost 3 million transactions. Those 3 million transactions, if we just think of each transaction as being one visit to a government department, now we have saved the customers 3 million visits. Just put in a price tag on each visit, where it costs the individual transportation, time, effort. There's an enormous amount of money being saved here on the private sector and the individuals. Also for the government, where we have saved the time of our staff. This is an actual benefit that we have realized, all of us, government and individuals.
Well, we've been exhibiting at GITEX for 8 years now. Simply put, GITEX is the largest regional IT show in the Middle East. It's a confluence of vendors, reselling partners, distribution partners, and customers who can come under one roof and see all of the latest technology which Hewlett-Packard can offer. You know, a great point about GITEX is that it's not a UAE-only show. Customers and partners from across the region, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Jordan, etc., come here and see what Hewlett-Packard have to offer.
Coming up next, information technology.
For more information, visit www.us-television.tv.
Dubai is the regional leader in e-government initiatives and a model for other Gulf states. At Dubai e-Government, we're continually improving our state-of-the-art portal at dubai.ae. Dubai.ae is your one-stop shop with better customer service and easier interaction with government departments for all citizens, residents, and businesses in Dubai. Dubai e-Government at dubai.ae, your one-stop shop for making your life just that much easier in Dubai.
Avaya, your global leader in communication networks, applications, and services. We design, build, and manage state-of-the-art networks for businesses. Reliable and secure. We're redefining business communications.
For more information, visit www.us-television.tv.
The Middle East IT industry is probably the fastest growing IT market on the planet. There was a time when the Middle East was a dumping ground for old technology. Now launches feature the latest developments, sometimes even before they hit the markets of the West.
If you look at the companies that are represented or that are based out of Dubai Internet City, all the major international players are there. The likes of Cisco, IBM, Microsoft, Oracle, HP, to name just a few. There's approximately 1,500 registered companies in Dubai Internet City at current. And you then have a host of their reseller partners throughout the region, adding value to their offerings through professional services. So anything that you can get anywhere else in the world, you'll be able to get here.
Estimates place the value of the market at around $140 million US. Predictions are that in the UAE alone, IT spending will rise from $1.2 billion US to $1.65 billion by 2008.
The facilities are a vast improvement in comparison to the rest of the region. Dubai has been the founder for probably 5 years now. Some of the other Arab countries have tried to catch up. Some of them are catching up. However, due to Dubai to be quick to be there first, offer 100% ownership of their businesses, which was the first thing to happen in the Middle East, 100% capitalization and repatriation of costs, a 15-year guarantee in terms of no tax to the corporates. This has meant that Dubai has the head offices for most of the major businesses throughout the Middle East. This will continue because Dubai is continuing to innovate. Other countries are now trying to emulate the same kind of success, but Dubai's monopoly on that continues to make sure that the Middle East is headquartered from Dubai.
Currently, there are several sectors in the UAE that offer huge opportunities for investment.
One is the software development, taking into consideration the relative close distance with India and the ease by which you can do business over here. Definitely the software development sector is a very important sector that the US companies can be part of. The other sector is the microchip industry. The government of Dubai and the UAE is adamant to develop this industry here within the UAE, with the example of setting up of the Silicon City and also the Dubai Internet City. These two entities are in the process of developing and enhancing the microchip industry in the UAE.
We have two objectives to participate in GTEx. One is to introduce our latest products to all the visitors here to boost our sales. Second objective is to boost our GNC business to government and corporate sectors. We have lots of business solutions to them.
Together with Knowledge Village, two other specialized cities have been set up: Dubai Media City and Dubai Internet City. Dubai Internet City, or DIC, is a strategic base for companies targeting emerging markets in the vast region extending from the Middle East to the Indian subcontinent and Africa. A potential market base of 2 billion people with GDP 6.7 trillion US dollars. It is a simple process to set up a company here.
You approach Dubai Internet City, which is a free zone. They process all applications. All the information is online at their website. You can download the application forms, and it's a simple one-page application form together with a business plan which you submit to the authority. It takes about a 2 to 4 day processing time. Then there's an establishment of the company. There's 3 different categories: an article of association and who the shareholders are, and then a capital deposit in the bank, which is about 50,000 dirhams. It's about 14,000 US dollars, and a company can be up and running within 2 months, and 100% ownership as well.
In line with Dubai's liberal economic policies and regulations, the DIC offers foreign companies many benefits.
The first benefit, I would say, is just a feeling of home, that you're surrounded by your peers, even perhaps your competition, but it builds a sense of community, that there's a rich environment to do business. And secondly, most of the clusters here in Dubai are on the basis of a free zone economy. So the free zone companies are able to set up shop very quickly. The centers like Media City and Internet City facilitate work permits, visas. They allow for 100% foreign ownership. Repatriation of money back to the home country is without any restrictions. And they also provide trade leads and marketing as well. So all that in combination facilitates business for foreign companies coming into Dubai.
Within a short span of time, a dynamic international community of IT companies have established themselves in the DIC. These companies represent a formidable community of over 5,500 knowledge workers. The burgeoning IT cluster on the premises offers a high quality of business and interaction and networking opportunities.
The main advantage of Dubai Internet City is the fact that you have an ecosystem by having almost every IT players from all over the world based here. So if I need to work with some other companies in telecommunication, for example, or hardware company, it's easy. I can just maybe go in the same building to a different floor, or just go to the next building and we can meet, we can exchange ideas, we can build a solution for this market.
GITEX is the premier IT exhibition in the region and attracts visitors and exhibitors from around the world. Set to stimulate growth in IT spending across various industry segments, GITEX Dubai is one of the largest technology exhibitions in the world.
If you compare GITEX last year to this year, you can say that year after year, the show is becoming a bit more professional, and the level of engagement that we are getting with our partners and customers is actually increasing every single year. This year, we are pushing the convergence message, which is converging everything you can find in your connected home, the entertainments, the PC network, the home surveillance, and the telephony. And this is the perfect show to really have the discussion. Are our partners ready to really engage in this kind of market and convergence? So more and more, the GITEX is becoming one of the best shows that you have to be.
Celebrating its 25th anniversary in 2005, GITEX continues to reflect the importance and phenomenal growth of the IT industry in the region by continually highlighting the latest technology and services from international manufacturers and suppliers.
Well, GITEX promotes Dubai's IT sector to the world in a very significant way, because the name of GITEX now is very well recognized from all over the world, whether it's from the Americas or from Australia. People are coming here for this event right now. They know this event, and the companies that are coming here, there's different types of companies. There's a lot of multinational companies that are coming here to set up base. There are companies coming here to sell their products or to give exposure to their brands. But there are also companies coming to buy from this part of the world and understand what are the resources that this part of the world can offer them.
GITEX presents an opportunity not only for companies to brand themselves and showcase their latest products, but also for potential partners to experience each other's services and to strike business deals.
There's been increased spending in this part of the world in terms of IT and telecoms. That's probably because the economy is doing well, and because of the oil prices are going up. So the IT sector is booming, and it needs an outlet to promote itself to the rest of the world and what it can offer. So GITEX is the ideal venue. And as well, a lot of local-based companies are doing business with those Western companies that are coming here, and through GITEX, they're selling B2B deals.
Not only are deals struck between businesses, but also between different countries. The Dubai World Trade Center, organizers of GITEX Dubai 2005, signed a deal with India to help them organize GITEX India 2006. This will be the 5th consecutive year that this partnership has been renewed.
One just has to look at the enormous scale of developments that's partaking. And I'm not just talking Dubai now, I'm talking the UAE and the region in general. There's some of the largest real estate developments taking place in the world today, in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, in Bahrain, Qatar, Saudi Arabia. And for IT, I see it as a booming market. We're riding the wave of immense development in this region.
The future in IT in Dubai is very bright. When you look at the various market segments within Dubai in general, it's huge businesses that are currently and consistently developing, taking over from the market share of oil, for example. Every real estate project needs an IT infrastructure. The financial services and the exchange that's being set up here, all is conducive for technology businesses to come here, invest themselves, because Dubai actually has its own subsistent economy. And that's why Dubai has probably the best capability to allow for IT companies to really benefit throughout the region and not just in Dubai.
Recent data shows that in 2005, the GCC countries have spent around $18 billion on IT, with 30% of that expenditure coming from the UAE alone. The current trend suggests that this more mature market will increasingly serve as a hub for the expansion of the entire IT sector in the Middle East. Thank you for watching Dubai's Digital Domain. We hope this program has given you an insight to the dynamic world of Dubai's IT industry.